we have in the news because there's a lot of news going on. What's going on with Russia?
Well,
we're Putin's show. Just
the reason why I put this up is because I wanted to follow the exact subject about when it comes to Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. Here's the reason why I will not vote for both of them, because they're awful when it comes to Venezuela. They're both recognizing Guaido and whatnot, and they're both hitting them with sanctions. And who comes to the rush of poor people? Here you go. Your friend, Vladimir Putin.
My friend, yes. You saw my picture with him, right? We're close. We go way back.
So it's called the Sputnik 5, I believe. The
Sputnik.
Sputnik 5.
Sputnik 5.
It arrives in Venezuela, fam. What does it say about Americans who are supposed to be the most compassionate, whatnot? When people say, oh, we're the most compassionate, loving, helping country in the world, versus we're the bully and we put our throat on people's necks. Well, here comes Russia, where a lot of people are sick, fam, in Venezuela, and they're helping them out. And what are we doing?
Do you think the vaccine is, I don't know, I'm sketchy about the vaccine, you know?
I am too. I'm not going to take a vaccine myself.
I'd rather take ivermectin.
I'd rather take ivermectin too, Johnny, and take my chances. But that's me. I've had my life of living of like, I don't really take a lot of westernized medicine to get rid of anything I've had, whether it be my rosacea or anything like that, because I believe in building an immune system. You know what I'm saying? And
that's a right-wing thing to say, Pasta.
I thought right-wingers are against vaccines, though, too.
Yeah. You just said
you
don't believe in
that's right. My bad. Well, that's not like, oh, yeah, I don't know. Who are they? I don't believe all of them are. Who knows? But I've lived my life like that. What am I going to, I've had good results. Look how beautiful I look for 47 years old. Is there any super chats that I missed any? I'm sorry, I haven't missed any. Oh my God!
Pasta's
right
so
here.
awkward.
No, that's one.
Pasta, you're so awkward.
Awkward.
Breaking news.
Go ahead, Johnny. Get out of here.
Are you going to read it?
He got airlifted to it. Medical center. As of 9 minutes ago.
It says as a precautionary measure.
Precautionary measure.
I don't know about that.
To work from the hospital for a few days.
Oh shit! Twitter's gonna go crazy, fam. Twitter's gonna break down.
3 people familiar with his condition said Trump has a low-grade fever.
Okay.
Damn, he's got a fever though. The president's doctor said he was administered an antibody cocktail along with vitamins. Interesting. What's in that
cocktail? The president gets all these cocktails,
Z-Pack.
and so
what?
Ivermectin.
What about the rest of us, guys? What about the rest of the people? How come the president gets it? Why are we doing all this to save Trump? I mean, I guess.
Oh, it's gonna go crazy.
I have no horse in this race, but people are literally like freaking dying. And he gets special treatment. I mean, if you're really a socialist, it should bother you, right? Like, hello.
Gabriel Badwolf for the super chat contribution. Thank you so much. 2016. There can't be 2 worse candidates. 2020, hold my beer.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't care what you tell me. That the 2016 ticket of Clinton and Kane, they made it worse with Biden and Kamala Harris.
Yeah, they
the
did.
Overall grade, I think, and I want to show any love to those 2 donkeys over there. But still, I mean, wow.
Have you guys heard of the mainstream media talking about zinc and vitamin D at all? Or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it looks like, that's what he's taking.
Yeah. Zinc is supposed to be the thing.
We took a little bit of that.
Hydroxychloroquine's in that
I remember
cocktail.
when the shutdown really happened back in like early March, where it was like, where everyone literally, the whole world literally stopped. Like no one was outside. And
yeah.
Trying to get vitamin D and stuff. That was crazy. And look, fam, he takes melatonin.
See? Trump's just like me.
By the way, there's 18 people on Rokfin. I need 2 more to keep me out of trouble. Keep me out of the doghouse. 17. Come on, we need to go back to 20.
Pasta's always in the
doghouse.
Hashtag
keep pasta out of the doghouse.
Johnny and I make sure.
Rage.
Fees rage.
Fees rage. We have almost 361 over there on YouTube and climbing. Thank you so much for joining us today. So that's what's going on. Russia with now. Okay, now listen, fam. To make things worse.
Oh God.
Roblito, he dropped it. We talked about this guy, Eric Schmidt, before, the ex-CEO of Alphabet, right? The CEO of Google right now. It says Future Forward USA. The pro-Biden super PAC, funded by ex-Google CEO Eric Schmidt, dropped a $5.7 million anti-Trump ad buy, emptying the coffers for the home stretch. FF PAC is also funded by 1630 Fund and George Soros. Now, this guy right here, you're talking about.
How's everything George Soros?
I know. I just feel like every time somebody puts George Soros, it's like
He's got a lot of money to
I
throw
know
around.
he's got a lot of money, but it's automatically like discredited because they throw a lot of people throw everything on George Soros, and I just think it's like you got to look into it.
He's one of the main state separators and funding of of regimes, and I mean he made his bed every single time in South America. In Latin America,
I just don't think he's the only guy.
Of
that's
course
doing
he's
it.
not, but
some people do. You know,
he's a big part of it. You know, and the other guy, well, the guy Eric Schmidt too has had a lot of, you know, you've had people show up on this guy about what his practices are when it comes to Google and whatnot. This guy had a lot of fingers pointing at him when it comes to suppression of speech. They thought that this guy was behind a lot of it. Something to work about. Gavin being Gavin, fam.
Yeah. So let's talk about fucking Gavin.
Hey, my fam.
I'm so sorry, but I can't.
You're a lady. You shouldn't be cursing like that.
That's sexist.
Oh.
You cannot tell me just because I'm a woman I can't curse.
My mother will tell you that.
Well,
be a lady.
That's fine. I can be
Sicilian
a lady
woman
with a dirty mouth.
Mama June would say, honey.
I can be a
you're
lady
too precious
with a dirty
to be
mouth.
using words like that.
You can be a man and say whatever you want. I can say whatever I want to.
Fam, I love it. So
okay.
When you get raging fee, it's the best time.
So another reason why Democrats in California are basically Republicans, just in case you guys didn't know, Gavin Newsom has also rejected and given people the extra $100 to match the $300 of federal unemployment money, but he has given money to contractors, developers, and has also issued fracking permits. So Josie Huang posted that Gavin Newsom just vetoed a bill passed by legislators to protect reporters who cover protests.
What?
It would have barred law enforcement from, quote, intentionally assaulting, interfering, or obstructing these duly authorized representatives. It was SB 629.
The Republicans are bad, aren't they?
SB
these are Democrats.
629 would have been a great signal for Newsom to send to California and said he stands up for the First Amendment. Aside from protecting journalists from bodily harm, the bill would have made clear that they can keep reporting after a dispersal order is called without harassment.
Oh, wow. That would have been huge. What the fuck?
This is Josie Huang right now.
Who was attacked,
right?
literally.
This is the one. She got attacked by the sheriffs.
Indeed, Newsom says media access to protests is, quote, essential to a functioning democracy, but he fears giving access to those who may pose a, quote, security risk. As I read the bill, nothing stops law enforcement from detaining someone they deem a security risk. So not only he's lying, like he's literally flat out lying. And there we go. So
I mean, he could have gone so many different ways. He could have said, well, you know, as long as the proper credentials are provided or whatever. You know, he could have talked about a lot of things. I think there's that area. Well, what is a journalist and what is just somebody who's just up there showing you know what's going on. Those laws are really not, you know, they're not
if the
strong
person
about who
listen,
you know.
If the person is literally filming and isn't participating in the protests, they should count as a journalist, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's it. They shouldn't need a thing and blah blah blah. We have a thing, we have a lane, and we have credentials, etc. So did she. She still got attacked. So did Tina. She still got attacked. And so I'm just like, this guy has been praised by a lot of progressives in our network here in Los Angeles because he was supposedly going to be better than the last guy, Jerry Brown. And then he turned around and started issuing fracking permits.
Just
and
like
then
Jerry
he turned
Brown.
around and screwed this entire state economically by trying to outwake like everybody else, saying, oh, California is going to take the precautionary measures. California is going to close everything down. Just now, the nail salons opened just a few days ago. Those people, a lot of them have lost their businesses and stuff. They haven't completely been able to recuperate at all, and they might not.
They provided no economic solutions.
No
here in
economic
California.
solutions.
Not for small businesses, not for renters,
not for working people,
nothing.
not for nothing.
Nothing.
Homelessness is getting worse.
Yeah.
And Gavin Newsom is a Democrat. So when people tell me that voting for Joe Biden is going to solve my problems, I give you Gavin Newsom. The governor of California. We are a Democratic supermajority. We are the 5th largest economy. We are basically our own country with so much power and wealth that exists here. And look at how we have mismanaged the state. And this isn't a Republican talking point. I'm a leftist. I'm coming to you from the left. This man has failed Californians completely. And on top of that, he goes and attacks the First Amendment and stands by the police and yet has the double speak to say, oh, I stand for the First Amendment, but it's security. Let me give you a hint, guys. Every time these politicians talk about security, they literally mean censorship. They mean surveillance. They mean a demolition of your First Amendment rights. That's what they refer to when they talk about security. I mean, this is all very similar language to the Espionage Act, to the Patriot Act. It is because of these things that happened before that now they can write legislation like this, and he can go ahead and veto that when journalists are being attacked by the police. So now when I cover an event, or when we cover an event, they could literally be like, oh, she's a security threat. Yeah, me, a 5'3" Fiorella is a security threat.
Eliminate the accountability. Sure. Eliminate anybody showing you the truth and what's going out there. So
tiny
I mean, that's
Asian
what they're
woman.
trying to do. It's
security
terrible.
threat.
Security threat with credentials, by the way. Oz LaFave, Convo Couch, you three are the press. Thank you, Fiorella, Johnny Sue, and you two, Pasta.
Oz, I'm coming.
Oz.
I'm coming to Seattle.
Oz, I'll hit you up. I got to speak to you about something, so I'll hit you up. 360 followers over there. 20 viewers.
Yay!
On Rokfin. Thank you. I love you, my Rokfin fans.
Thank you.
You kept me out of the doghouse. How you like that, fam? How you like that?
This guy. No, sorry. Voting for Joe Biden if he's and Joe Biden is to the right of Gavin Newsom. Which there you go.
Fam.
Oh,
somebody
God.
got their dream job.
Are you serious?
Mehdi
right
Hasan. I remember Mehdi Hasan when he did the interviews with Michael Flynn on Al Jazeera back in the days when Michael Flynn was kind of talking crap about Barack Obama. I was like, holy cow. Whatnot. But he goes, some personal news. I've joined NBC's new streaming channel, Peacock TV, to launch and host a new nightly live primetime news/opinion show starting Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, October 5th. I'm also joining MSNBC as an on-air political analyst.
So
Fam.
Okay.
Al Jazeera, right?
Wait.
From Al Jazeera to here.
Post. Nobody. Mehdi Hasan on NBC.
Well.
Oh, you mean the meme?
Yeah. I'm thinking of a meme in my head right now. Nobody predicted this, right? Nobody.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
This guy has been warming up to the establishment for a long time.
He's been wanting to be a part of this freaking establishment forever. You know what? Congratulations, Mehdi, on achieving your dream of being a bootlicker. Congratulations. I saw a solidarity on that. I really
saw this coming.
Appreciate you finally not having to pretend to be a progressive. Now you can fully take the mask off and really go on your Trump derangement syndrome and your hypocritical takes and your Green Party sucks and third party voters and all these never Biden people are helping Donald Trump. All those takes. Yes. Now I can blame MSNBC for them. Yeah. Thank you so much for making my life easier. Yeah. I hope you enjoy it.
And Al Jazeera has been slanted for a long time too as well.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not the way they used to be and stuff like that. Now, friend of the show, one of my favorite people from the show, no cap, no lie, Glory Jones. She put up a tweet and she kind of clipped. No cap. That's one of my faves. Glory Jones put this up here. I love this right here. This is when Mohammed Morandi went right after him. And this is a great discussion, the way he tries to really twist the narrative of Mehdi Hasan, and Mohammed Morandi gets him. Mohammed Morandi is awesome. He, I believe he's a professor at the University of Tehran. Yes.
Tehran, yeah. Great.
On your own people.
Come on, let's be serious here. The United States invaded Afghanistan from across the world. They invaded Iraq. They and their allies spent tens of billions of dollars destroying Syria, supporting extremists. You know that as well as I. You know about the U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency document of 2012, and you had an interview with General Michael Flynn, who was the head of that.
I'm not here to re-argue the Syrian war. I'm asking, why not spend that money at home when you're saying that you're being crippled by U.S. sanctions? When you do have money, you spend it on military support for the Assad regime or the Houthi rebels or whatever it is.
You know that's nonsense. Iran spends money at home, and that's why Western countries have failed in the fight against the coronavirus, and we see the catastrophe taking place in the United States and Europe. And despite the sanctions, we've done much better. And we wouldn't have been in Syria.
Across the world, but
we would not have been in Syria. Iran
and spends hundreds of dollars.
Let me respond. Yes, let me respond. If Iran hadn't entered Syria in 2013, the black flags would have been over Damascus as we speak right now. In Iraq, if Iran wasn't there to defend Baghdad, the city would have collapsed in the face of the same ISIS that the United States and regional countries, which you know quite well, allowed them to rise. And then we would have to fight. And
Mohammed Marandi, we've discussed these conflicts on the show many times before. I'm not here to re-argue Iraq or Syria, etc. I'm simply pointing out that, as you say, Iran is not a poor country. It does have funds, and it spends a lot of that money abroad. All I'm saying is, why not spend more of that money at home now you're in the middle of a crisis?
No, Iran does spend money at home. But if Iran hadn't prevented the fall of these countries, if Iran hadn't helped these governments and these countries and the people of Syria and Iraq to defend themselves against these extremists, we'd be fighting these extremists in Iran, and we'd have to pay a much greater price a day just to create stability in this country. Okay. So actually, if you want Iran to spend more money on its own people, then stop intervening in countries like Iraq. Stop intervening and destroying Libya, Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan.
Stop sanctioning them.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's such a stupid question, too. And the way he tried to take the whole argument, why not spend money at home? Why are you going to spend? Their neighbors are like getting invaded and trying to be taken over by radical theocrats of frick. You know what I'm saying? That are going to, you're going to have to spend
propped up by the Western Empire.
Exactly.
The black flags, meaning ISIS, right?
Yes.
Fucking
But you're going to sit there. Let me guess. If they take over Syria and they get all the oil and everything like that, you're not going to have to spend money 3 times as much.
But Assad. But the Syrian chemical weapons attack was
so
fake.
Disingenuous.
Was fake. There is
Mehdi
ample
Hasan.
proof it was fake. So now we need to, all these people like him absolutely need to go and apologize for spreading this false conspiracy theory. Just like Russiagate is a conspiracy theory, so were the Syrian chemical attacks. Okay, saying like this is they get to spread conspiracy theories, then they turn around and try to censor people like the QAnon. I don't agree with the QAnon, but how are you going to censor QAnon as conspiracy yet continue perpetuating conspiracy like Russiagate?
Yeah. I mean,
don't
look
be
at
a
Murphy.
hypocrite.
Mr.
Don't
Murphy,
be a hypocrite.
Senator Murphy is saying that surrogate Putin is going to be calling shots for the next 2 weeks now. Come on. Like, that's not far-fetched and stuff like that. It's just a load of poo-poo all over the place. God. And it's just such beast.
But it's perfect for MSNBC. It's absolutely
Mehdi
on
Hasan
point.
is perfect for MSNBC.
Absolutely on
Glory
point.
Jones,
congratulations.
No cap. You're one of my faves.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. All right, last one. Raw footage in the Caucasus regions, Johnny, that we learned the Caucasus region. Not Eastern European,
not Armenia and
Middle East,
Azerbaijan.
the Caucasus regions. Armenia and Azerbaijan are still going at it, fam. Little footage this morning just to show you what's going on. This situation is still not settled. The situation is still not okay. I don't know. I'm about to start calling my
seen
representative
a lot of
to start.
My Armenian friends post about this, which is
this is
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once again, the region that they're fighting over and they're having issues with, disputed, is a predominantly Armenian area. You know, Orthodox Christians that live over there. And what does Azerbaijan really want with the region? What is really something that's victory for them and for their Turkish allies? Mark Sloboda said it could be a form of just ethnic cleansing and get them in that area, get them out of that area. And we don't see that happening. So this is still a situation that can spiral out of control. NATO can be pulled into it. Now that Turkey's taken the position of just strictly backing Azerbaijan and sending jihadists there. So it's something we have to pay attention to. We will be talking to Mark Sloboda about it to get the inside information, fam. Here is the weaponry inside the region. Nagorno-Karabakh. We didn't get that Rupley thing, huh? Oh, I thought it was Rupley. You're right, it is. My bad. It was a Rupley one. Well, I just want to say this isn't like the Himalayas where they're throwing sticks and stones. This is heavy artillery that's going in this area right now. It has not eased down. You can see it's just picking up. This was from today. A lot of it is Russian sold weaponry to both sides.
Right, to both sides, right?
To both sides,
That's
right? You know what I'm saying?
Mark Sloboda was saying.
Yeah. And
So what's the end game here?
The end game is to get these people to sit down and talk to each other and stop firing weapons at each other and get back to normal and stuff like that.
But Turkey, so when we're talking about with Mark Sloboda, was that Turkey
is really pushing Azerbaijan and that country to force this type of crisis and whatnot, you know?
Yeah, which is interesting.
You know, we don't know if they want to geopolitically pull people in, what their end game is. Erdogan is no joke, you know. Your guy is no joke, you know.
Yeah.
And Mark Sloboda said that this situation had been planned weeks in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Weeks in advance. Mostly about, you know, once again, we talk about like a guy who wants to reinstore the Ottoman Empire, that is Erdogan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we don't know what his motives are or whatnot. If it's to geopolitically pull people in again, you know, his screwery or his tactics in Syria were no bueno too as well. So stay tuned, pay attention, keep watching. The best thing that can happen is what Russia is pushing for. Sit down, let's stop, let's talk. Armenia, Azerbaijan, let's come to the table. Let's stop firing weapons. But you can see, fam, this is no joke.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't sticks and stones. This is heavy artillery here, and people are going to die and die at a high rate. A lot of people who died last time they had a conflict were mostly civilians. So just pray for Azerbaijan and Armenia that they come together and find some peace.
Yeah.
Well,